Today we are going to check the motor function of central nervous system that includes jogs and reflexes. So before starting, make sure you sit at the right portion or right hand side of the patient. After that, make sure you take the greetings and a consent too. Okay, now at first we're gonna have to know about how many reflexes are there. There are two reflexes, one deep reflex, another superficial reflex. Let's see now. At first, let's see deep reflexes. In deep reflexes, there are biceps reflex, which root value is C5. Let's see here. Make sure you hold the hand of the patient and keep it in your forearm and put your thumb of the left hand side on the tendon of bicep and make sure you hit it freely. Got it? Okay, this is it. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it on the both hand side. And now let's see another deep reflex, that is supinator reflex, that is on brachioradialis muscle, whose root value is C6. It's on. Make sure you put the hand of the patient like this in his abdomen, and here, exact in this tendon, there is brachioradialis. Make sure you hit here. Hit here. Leave your hammer freely, alright? And now, after supinator reflex, there is triceps reflex, whose root value is C7, which is on lateral side. Make sure you keep it like this. Patient is like this on freely, and make sure you hit it like this, on the tendon of triceps. And after that, there are two more reflexes on lower limb, that is deep reflex, alright? And among that, one is knee reflex, knee jerk, whose root value is lumbar 3 and lumbar 4. Let's see how to do it. Make sure you hold the hand, hold the thigh of the patient with your left arm and give it a support, not much more, but little bit. Alright, and make sure you hit on the tendon of this quadriceps femoris muscle. And while hitting, make sure you look at the quadriceps muscles. Exactly while you hit, it gets contracted because of the reflex, you know it. Okay, make sure you hit on the tendon because it exactly goes on tibial tuberosity. Yeah, exactly. So hit it freely on both hand, on both leg. All right, and okay, leave it. And another deep reflex is ankle. In ankle, for both sides, you just keep your leg one by one like this. Hold the foot of the patient and hit on tendoachilles tendon. All right. And from the next leg, keep it like this, hold it, and make sure you hit it like this and like this. Alright, and these are the deep reflexes. Now let's go for the superficial reflex. In superficial reflex, we got three reflexes, that is plantar response, abdominal reflex, and cremasteric reflex. In plantar response, root value is S1 and S2. We're going to have to see by the point portion on the foot. If it is normal, then your toes will get flexed, but if it is abnormal, then great toe will get dorsiflexed, whereas the other finger gets fanning out. Alright, you're gonna have to come here. You're gonna have to move it from here like this, both legs. It should be pointed. This portion should be pointed. Now, this is plantar reflex. And another there is cremasteric reflex, which you should do from middle to lateral portion, from in the middle aspect of the thigh, like this. Here. This is cremasteric reflex. And there is another reflex, which is very important reflex, which root value is T8 to T8 to thoracic 8 to thoracic 12, which you have to do around the umbilicus. You should go from periphery to the center, like this, like this, like this, like this. Alright, and I forgot to say the plantar response root value is sacral 1 and sacral 2, whereas cremasteric reflex is lumbar 1 and lumbar 2. What are the conditions for lower motor neuron and upper motor neuron? For lower motor neuron, we got the example polio. Polio is the best example for lower motor neuron lesion. And now there are the conditions in which it gets exaggerated and in which it gets absent. Like exaggerated, it gets into upper motor neuron lesion. Example, stroke. In a stroke, it gets exaggerated. While you hit, while you get it, it gets more extended, more reaction it gives. And in the case of absence, you will find it, there won't be any, any response if you hit, if you check the results. And after that, you're gonna have to see the three things of the muscle to check the motor function. So one is tone of the muscle, another is clonus of the muscle, another is bulk of the muscle. For bulk of the muscle, you're gonna have to take the measuring tape and you're gonna have to measure the bulk of the muscle like this. Here you go. You saw the bulk of the muscle? It's 31 centimeter. All right.
Wow.
This is the bulk of the muscle. Now you're gonna have to check the tone, how it is going on. All right. Now, for tone, you're gonna have to hold the feet of the, hold the lower limb of the patient and make it flexed, extended, flexed, extended. It gets exaggerated during the condition like stroke because it is upper motor neuron lesion, so it gets exaggerated during that time. And whereas for checking the clonus, you're gonna have to fix one hand on the scene and another hand above the thigh. Just make it tight. Just make it loose and make it tight suddenly. Don't throw your both hands inward, but only one hand should be fixed and another hand should be pushed downward like this, like this, like this. Now if it is, if there is stroke or exaggerated portion, then here it will get sagged, those muscle gets sagging and it gets contracted. And in the case of ankle tone, you're gonna have to just make it loose and just suddenly just press it, not much more, so that the patient won't get angry. All right, just slowly, just make it loose, slowly push it. Okay, just now we saw knee tone and the ankle tone. That's all we got. Make sure you subscribe us and thank you. Wait for the next other videos of the different system examination and other general examination too. If you have anything, just